Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jaron from Jeranism. I'm back with another live video for you today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Shout out to everyone. No, I see Julie Bennett in the chat. Shout out to Julie Bennett. Today should be a fun little show. We're going to keep it kind of short. We are also in the middle of the Globe-Live Tour-a-thon, and I don't want to take too much gusto away from them. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that as well, just to make sure that they get the publicity they need. Hopefully people saw yesterday's show. If you didn't, you missed a good one. No, it was part of the 24-hour Globe-Live Tour-a-thon. And if you don't know what that is, let me bring it up for you so you can see what's going on here. And I will include all these links. Excuse me. I will include all these links in the description following the show. And so here we have the Globe-Live Tour 2019. They're going to be going through 14,278 miles through 39 countries, 64 destinations. How awesome is that? And they've been doing a 24-hour tour-a-thon to help get some funding. And you guys really stepped up in a big way yesterday. Let's go down here and click See More so we can go down here and see what happened yesterday. If we go down far enough, you'll see under my name here that we had a donation yesterday of 336 pounds, which is around, I don't know the dollar value. Let me see. I think it's $419, if I remember correctly. And what that was is $100 of my own money mixed in with all the super chats from yesterday's hour live stream. So we did an awesome job. You can see below me we have Simon Dan and Wolfie6020. Awesome job by those guys to contribute to the cause. But you'll see here 336 pounds by myself, but that was obviously a majority of the listeners. So thank you guys so much for stepping up huge. And again, these links will be in the description, or you can go to yesterday's show. Those links are already there in yesterday's show at the bottom in the description. But GoFundMe.com/Globe-Live Euro Tour 2019 with hyphens in between those words. But again, all these links will be in the description. So if you want to help out, I believe they're still getting donations right now. This event is still going on. You'll see that this is Jason, who was on the show yesterday, who is putting this on. And basically, yeah, they bought this big tour bus here. You see, we've just moved on to the Globebusters Globe-Live Tour van logo fundraiser. And you'll see that Bob has killed it. He's now at $1,120 of the $1,000 goal to get a very large Globebusters logo on this van. By the way, this is the last, at least for as long as we can tell, the last Jeranism live show, the last Jeranism Sunday Live, at least for a little while. And that's not bad news. It's good news because it means that starting next Sunday, which will be August the 25th, Globebusters will be back. So aren't you excited about that? I am. It should be fun to have the crew back together, Bob, myself, Iru, and we also have some new people. Ben from Taboo Conspiracy and others will be joining the panel, and it should be fun to have Globebusters back, so everyone's excited about that. And again, that will happen next week, August 25th, so there will be no Jeranism live show, but at noon, just go over to the Globebusters channel. Thank you so much. AJ Shirley says, keep up the good work with a super chat. Thank you very much. We will be reading all super chats as always today. And reading some of the chat, like I said, I'm going to keep this really short, just talk about a few things. Also wanted to do a shout out to Floyd. Thank you very much for the mail. And if anybody wants to send me something, you can easily do that through snail mail, Pony Express, P.O. Box 3044, Merced, California 95344. So thank you to Floyd and LS. If you're out there, thank you, LS. Marlon, if you're listening, thank you so much. And Mark. Thank you, Mark, for the letter, the card, and the music. If people want to check out who I'm talking about, you can go to his website. It's Mark Allen Wolf, MarkAllanWolfe.com. He has some music, sent me some cards. He's a composer, producer, songwriter, Mark Allen Wolf. So check out his website. But he sent me a very nice CD of some music and a card that he made, very nice, and a letter. So thank you very much for that. And then also to Douglas Falk, who's a Swedish guy who wrote the book The Voyage. And if you want to, and that's a flat earth premise book, if you want to check that out, Douglas Falk, DouglassFalk.com. Also, check him out. And again, all these links will be in the description. And if you want to mail me anything, you can do so. Jeranism, P.O. Box 3044, Merced, California 95344. Speaking of that, I thought it would be funny to check out, speaking of sending people things in the mail. Let's see if this is up. Yeah. David Weiss, people might know him. Unfortunately, if you do, I feel bad for you. I'm unfortunately in that group of people who must know David Weiss. But he sent a super chat, if you will, a box of goodies to Owen Benjamin. And just this morning, Owen Benjamin on his live stream on the Owen Benjamin Live channel opened that up. I thought it'd be funny to laugh with Owen as he goes through David's stuff. It's pretty fun. I'm already laughing. Daniel Kakao sends a $2 or £2 super chat. Says, Simon Dan loves your work. Keep it up. Yeah, I think so. I believe he's watching it daily. So thank you so much. And it's always surprising to me when people don't like me, but they watch me. But hey, what are you going to do? It's just funny. I don't watch a lot of channels that I don't like. Period. Don't watch them. And if I enjoy something, I watch it. I support it. It's what you should do. It's how you keep the stuff you like going, keep it funded, and, because a lot of things are happening. Obviously, people know about PayPal banning me. Thank you very much, PayPal. I spent this week sending off letters and sending off emails, but basically I did get a response email from their AUP violations email address that said the decision is final. It can't be argued. It can't be overturned. It is what it is. You'll get your money back in 180 days. And, you're dangerous. That's what they basically said, is that the content of my website and the content that I produce is dangerous. And that's just the way it works in today's world. So be very careful if you're out there. If you use PayPal, I would always move that money out of that account, because at any time they can freeze that. And I'm not worried for those. I have had a lot of people email me or message me and say, are you worried they're going to keep it? Or are they going to keep your money? And it was only, $1,500, $1,600. And no, I'm not worried, because as far as the research I've done, I can't find any instances where they've kept people's money. And there's people far larger than me. I mean, Milo Yiannopoulos, Owen Benjamin, people who had far more money in their account than me. I believe everybody's gotten their money back after 180 days. It's just what PayPal does. They control the narrative, and once you control the narrative, you control the perception of people. You can call us dangerous now. You can call it marginalized content. And it does get a little bit scary, because when you look at what they now call domestic terrorism, and anybody who's ever listened to any of my shows, and this is why I'm not worried about it, knows that I'm not a domestic terrorist. Never told anybody to do anything. That's why my content is not dangerous. However, if you ask the mainstream, anything that goes against their fake narrative is dangerous. So of course, right? So let's watch this, because I think it's hilarious. Maybe I'll stop it a few times in it. But this is Owen Benjamin this morning on his stream number 607. Vox Day is using me and how street magic works. But towards the end, he starts opening packages. And he got to the David Weiss package. Let's check it out.
Tokyo. Oh, I like it.
It's pretty funny here. Oh, I may have started a little bit early. Such is life.
Thank you. Someone sent me a very nice necklace or a bracelet.
All right,
Thank you very much. Thanks for the super chat, too.
Comes David's package.
I didn't bring too many over today, I guess. I got a big one. I think this might be from Weiss. It says Flat Earth on it. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite Jews, David Weiss. He's a unicorn.
The Junicorn. David Weiss. I'm going to have to use that in my intro tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. And for those who are not watching Raw, what is wrong with you? Every Monday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific on TFRlive.com. Check out Jeranism Monday Night Raw. You can catch the first hour of that on my Jeranism Raw YouTube channel if you want to check that out. But it's great. We take phone calls during the second hour. So you're welcome to call in at 213-233-3998 and check out the show. It's fun. Man, every time I pull up a graphic, I see there, there's the bottom of it. PayPal.me/Jaron. That does not work. I've been banned by PayPal. The choices are getting limited. You can go patreon.com/Jeranism. And by the way, a big shout out to all my patrons. Thank you guys for making this channel and everything I do possible. You guys are awesome. You guys have allowed me to see the light of day and be able to have some fun. Like, for instance, today my wife and I are going to go ride mountain bikes up in the mountain bike trails, I guess, up by Yosemite. Not too close to Yosemite. But should be a fun day. It's been like 105 degrees here every day this week. Finally today it's not quite that bad. It'll be 90s. High 90s probably when it gets to be about 2, 3, 4 o'clock. But it's just unbearable. You can't even go outside when it's that hot. So again, thank you to all my patrons. If you want to join them, you can do so easily. Patreon.com/Jeranism. And that's still there. How long? We don't know. But be careful if you use PayPal. Let's continue on with Owen. But again, tomorrow I'm going to have to use that in my intro for David, the Junicorn Weiss. Here we go.
I think you sent me all this shit already, Weiss. Creature from Jekyll Island, Education Vacation. Oh, here we go. The Greatest Lie on Earth. Proof that our world is not a moving globe. By Edward Hendry. Boom. Flat Earth Man. Oh, people wanted me to... I think people wanted more of this guy's music. He's really funny. Flat Earth.
Yeah, if you haven't heard that yet, Owen did a stream earlier this week where I think it was the first time he had heard Flat Earth Man's music. And so he did you can find that on Owen Benjamin Clips, a couple other places online. Just search Owen Benjamin and Flat Earth Man. But David sent him the album, the CD. But the videos are what are just awesome. And Owen was jealous of it and just thought it was great comedy. And it is. It is great comedy. So let's continue.
Flat Earth Man, conspiracy music guru. And hot sauce.
If anyone's tried David's hot sauce, it's amazing.
Thank you, Weiss. I know giving away free things is really hard for you people, so I appreciate it, buddy.
That's classic.
I know that causes you guys a lot of pain. By you guys, I think we know who I'm talking about.
Nobody does it better than David, though. Come on.
The Jewel. Owen, this series of books by the Tuttle twins will blow you and your kids away. You will love the one titled Creature from Jekyll Island, about the Federal Reserve and the rest of them. See? See, guys? A Jew right now trying to take down the Federal Reserve. You see? You see? You see?
It can happen.
Follow them on Instagram, Tuttle_twins. Also included is a signed CD by Alex, the Flat Earth Man, who made the song Do You Think We Went to the Moon? You'll get to meet him in Dallas at the conference. Sweet.
So yeah, if you're not coming to the conference, if you haven't met Flat Earth Man yet, come to the conference. It's in Dallas. It's in November. You can go to fe2019.com and see us all there. You'll see Owen Benjamin. You'll see the Junicorn David Weiss. You will see myself. You will see Rob Skiba. You'll see many, many others.
Also is a copy of the latest version of Edward Hendry's book, The Greatest Lie on Earth, Proof that the Earth is not a moving globe. Edward writes from a scientific and biblical view. Hey, bud! Hi!
Run fast, Walter. Run fast.
Also, super chat with our true cosmology. And lastly, a bottle of my homemade organic mango flat earth hot sauce. No competition. Oh, he's selling. Now he's selling products. No competition with the other hot sauce guys. Mine is good to sell, so I only give it away. Oh, wow.
Oh, see?
I shouldn't have assumed. You're killing it, kid. DITRH, Small Hat Dave. P.S. Also included is a plug for the Now he's selling.
Now he's selling. All right. Now
Plug for the greatest app of all time, exposing the helio nonsensical model, the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app, available at the App Store and Google Play. There it was. Had to do it.
He assumed, but then he ended up being right anyway.
He gave me a super chat with our true cosmology on it.
That's great. What better super chat than that? Earth is flat. I don't know who wrote that on there. I don't think it was David. It must have been somebody else, and then David got it as change at the local gas station, and then passed it on to Owen.
The Earth is flat.
That's awesome.
Mango flat Earth hot sauce. Dude, yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, look at this hot sauce. Yeah.
The Earth is flat. Those dudes are funny as fuck.
Sorry about language.
Don't trust free juice sauce.
You can trust it. I've tried it. It's good. Put it on your eggs. Put it on anything you like. You'll enjoy it.
That's so great. 23.23 Rogans. Wait.
So, anyway, that was fun. Just wanted to show that because I thought it was great. And let's get back to over here. Nope, not over there. Over here. Just one more time. Like I said, we're in the middle of the tour-a-thon. And so I don't want to take away too much from this. Like I said, we'll keep it short. We'll look at some super chats. We'll look at some chats here shortly. And then we'll look at why the video is called what it is. And again, thank you to everyone for contributing. The jeranism viewers stepped up huge yesterday with, again, I forgot the amount, some amount, 336 pounds. So thank you guys so much. That was all super chats that went to this fantastic tour. And that was awesome. It was a good time. And we also had a Globebusters version, so if you want to check that out, you can go to the Globebusters channel. Bob and I and Cammie, and we had Jason on. We had Travis, a few others, all on the stream on the Globebusters side, and then we handed it off. And for people who don't know what we're talking about, it's a 24-hour tour-a-thon that happened yesterday, basically passing off from channel to channel, kind of taking the baton. And so Globebusters had an hour, and then they passed it off to me. I did an hour. I passed it off to Mark Sargent and Karen B., who had a fun little stream. I was over there for a little bit, checking that out, and then it went to other people, Paul on the Plane, Arwen. Yeah, there was a couple other people who did it. So look for that. That was fun, and I think that they've earned quite a bit. So, 1,592 pounds here, $1,100 from the Globebusters, and what they're doing is, kind of whoever has the largest amount gets these big logos. So pretty cool. Paul on the Plane also had a few more people jump in, so he's at 675 of his $1,000 goal. The cool thing about Paul, and it looks like at this point, if you stopped the races now, believe it or not, Paul would actually have the biggest logo. This Paul on the Plane logo here, which David says looks like poop. I don't know about that, but it's close. But anyway, the thing that he's going to be doing is matching. So you see here, for every dollar donated, he will match 100% up to the maximum $1,000. So as of right now, if he matched that $675, That would put it at, what, $13.50, which would beat the Globusters for the largest logo on there. And they smashed the Jeranism group, who was able to donate about $419. But it's still going to put a little logo like this on the side of that van, and this van will be traveling, like I said before, 14,000 miles, over 14,000 miles to 39 countries, 64 destinations. So I know that tour is still going on. Congratulations to them for at least getting some funding, and hopefully they have a good time out there. And I'm going to be seeing them as they get to Amsterdam. So that's coming up at the end of next month. That's the 27th, 28th, 29th of September in Amsterdam. So if you're over in that area and you want to come check it out, do so. Go to feconvention.com and sign up for tickets, which are really cheap. I think you can get it for $100. You can get a two-person pass. And really, Saturday is going to be the main day of the conference with all the speakers. And let's see here. Can we go there? We'll go to feconvention.com. So you can see this. Here we go. And yeah, this is Amsterdam. So there's going to be lots of speakers there. Trying to get them some more people. They need a few more signups, so please help out. I'll be there. Dave Moore, Dave Murphy, allegedly Dave, Dr. Zach, Eru, Paul on the Plane, Karen B., Rodrigo Ferrari Nunez, Mark Devlin, and they will also be stopping the Globe Light Tour at that location. So we'll be able to see them, and then, like I said, it's going to be an informal Friday, like a party bonfire kind of thing at the campsite. That'll be fun. And then Sunday we'll be doing some street activism. So I don't fly out until Monday. So Sunday will be fun. We'll be on the street. And then we've got Dave Gafford just sent a super chat. Thank you very much. He says, to all who attack me because of my personal beliefs, Rakia. Yeah, I don't care anymore if people attack me for my beliefs. It's getting old at this point, and it's just so simple for people to police themselves. If you really think about it. If you don't like something, don't watch it. It's very easy. If you don't like a TV show, you change the channel. You don't cry, you know. And then again, we always get a lot of people who say, but Jaron, you don't like NASA, but you watch NASA. No, there's a big difference. When my tax money is being taken to play CGI movies and convince people that they're real. And again, that's my personal beliefs. If you don't like that, change the channel. Okay? Change it. Block me. Delete my channel. Whatever you have to do. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. YouTube should be a place for free speech, and that's what I use it for. So that's what my channel's for. I'm here to say whatever I want. And if things get a little bit dicey and I don't think YouTube will allow it, well, what I'm going to start doing is making videos and putting them up on my website. And that'll be coming soon. I've had to kind of clean up the Patreon a little bit. We're going to be doing that this week. I have to kind of revamp that whole thing to make sure that doesn't get shut down next. So I won't really be posting on Patreon, because the second you do that, you're opening yourself up for the same thing that happened with PayPal. Instead, I'll just use it as an avenue for people to donate. That's all it will be. But at the same time, we can communicate through there, so you can always message me on Patreon. If you're a patron, you can just click the message creator button and send me a message, and we can chat that way. And I have to just eliminate a lot from that. I didn't understand how Patreon worked at the beginning. I think I included a 24-hour email address at first, and we had a Telegram group, which got overwhelming. But really, the easiest thing to do is simply message each other through the platform and not post there. So that's what will be coming up. Again, go to feconvention.com, and again, all these links will be in the description following the show. So why I named the video what I did today is because something new has been coming up, and I think it's crazy. So today's show is called Jeranism Sunday Live. It's DeepFake. And why did I call it that? Well, it's just because I've seen this stuff before, kind of didn't pay much attention to it, and then I saw more this week and just really started to think about, oh boy, this is a little bit crazier than I thought, and what it actually means to the conspiracy world and everything, you know, with the Epstein tragedy, if you want to call it that, saga going on. I mean, number one, we knew that he had to die, right? We knew that. You should know that. The guy had too much information on too many high-status people. They weren't going to let him go to trial. They weren't going to let him rat. Now, could it be possible that he's been moved somewhere so that he can give some information away? Maybe Guantanamo, maybe some island. Who knows? It's possible. But we know he knew too much. And, you know, we saw the writing on the wall. Everybody saw the writing on the wall. We saw that during the blackout that happened in New York, supposedly they found Epstein on the floor, you know, with marks on his neck or something like that. Did they try to take him out at that time and couldn't or failed? Who knows? Again, it's DeepFake. And what I mean by that is, at this point, I don't think we're going to really find the truth anymore on some of these topics. We just need to see the bigger picture. We need to see the writing on the wall. Because if you think you're going to be able to find out where he is, what he's doing, did he kill himself? I mean, there's so many things wrong with the story. I heard on the news yesterday or the day before that they say, oh, well, they did the autopsy, and during the autopsy it's been proven that he tried to kill himself, or that he did kill himself, that it was a suicide. But then again, you hear that there was broken bones in his neck, which is just ridiculous. The only time people have broken bones in their neck is if they're choked out by somebody aggressively choking them, or if they maybe hang themselves with a rope and kick a stool out from underneath them, you'll break bones in your neck. But not the way that they say he used a bed sheet or something and leaned forward. You wouldn't have broken bones in your neck. But again, it's deepfake. You can just believe what you're told. You can believe the mainstream media, and if you do that, I don't know what's wrong with you. At this point, you have to recognize that they're able to fake anything, and we're about to see exactly what I mean by that. Let's go to a mini YouTube. Let's go to this one here. And there we go. Bring this over for you to see. I want you to check out a channel called Control Shift Face. Okay, many people may have seen this. The person now has 202,000 subscribers, according to what I'm looking at here. But this video that just came out August 6th, which is 2 weeks ago, already has 4.1 million views. But you really should check out the whole channel, because what I'm about to show you is scary. Okay? And I don't want to get any copyright complaints, so I'm not going to show much. In fact, I have the sound completely off. But really what he does here, this video that we're watching now, is called Bill Hader Channels Tom Cruise Deepfake. And these are called deepfakes. And let's actually, before we go there, I want to show you what deepfake is, because you may not know. So let's go over here and check out the Wikipedia for what is deepfake. Okay. It says deepfake is a technique for human image synthesis based on artificial intelligence. It is used to combine and superimpose existing images and videos onto source images or videos using a machine learning technique known as generative adversarial network. The phrase deepfake was coined in 2017. Because of these capabilities, deepfakes have been used to create celebrity pornographic videos or revenge porn. Deepfakes can also be used to create fake news and malicious hoaxes. Okay, and again, if this guy who runs this YouTube channel is able to do it, what do you think people are able to do that are on a much higher level with much more funding? People like, I don't know, maybe NASA. You have to start thinking about how easy it is to fake anything. So when people supposedly land on the moon, when a drone magically goes to Mars, when these things start happening, you need to be smart enough to recognize how easy it is to fake. I was watching Authentic Intent's stream from the Globe Light Tour-a-thon yesterday, and he's on the street talking to people about this. And, in his activism, people's excuse for why they know that the Earth is a sphere is because, well, there's video of it. Well, we have satellite images. And people need to recognize that video is proof of nothing anymore. Photos are proof of nothing anymore. Got a super chat, Canadian, from the one son of God. Jaron, can you explain it again exactly how and what kind of test you guys will conduct? I have a great idea. Needs a computer guy and a sonar in a 3D base. What? Jaron, can you explain again exactly how and what kind of test will you guys conduct? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. But, I mean, it's very simple for anybody to go out and test the shape of the Earth, and we already have. And when you're seeing mirror flashes from too far. And that's another thing we'll look at in a little bit. I need to write that down so I don't forget. I want to talk about Mike Kavanaugh, who did a live stream with Sly Sparkane, and how Sly Sparkane just doesn't get it. But we'll talk about that shortly. So, yeah, so as far as deepfake, you can go down and see all about it. As far as politics, it says deepfakes have been used to misrepresent well-known politicians on video portals or chat rooms. For example, the face of the Argentine president was replaced by the face of Adolf Hitler, and Angela Merkel's face was replaced with Donald Trump's. Now, if you haven't seen these deepfake videos, I'm assuming everybody has. But I want you to see them just so we can actually see how you'll never be able to tell anymore whether video is real or whether it's a deepfake. So let's go back to here and here. We're just going to fast forward a little bit here, and I want you to watch, and clearly we can see that what we're looking at here is Bill Hader's face. Sorry. And in a few seconds, we're going to see what happens. Watch carefully his face here. I want you to watch real carefully. You have to watch extremely close, and look at. And you won't even really know what you're watching at first. It's very confusing when you first go to this guy's channel and you start watching this stuff. Because you're like, well, that's Bill Hader. Okay, that's Bill Hader. But as you watch, it can just transform, before you know it, into Tom Cruise. And I think he also does somebody else in this one, if I'm not mistaken. But watch, there it goes. And it's amazing, because even if you go back to where it's Hader, and you try and, I've tried slowing it down. Is there any way to tell this? If you go here, we're going to go playback speed 0.25. Clearly, this is Bill Hader's face as we watch play, as we press play. The transition is truly seamless. Bill Hader, clearly, boom, Tom Hanks. Insanity. Absolutely insanity. And again, when you start thinking about people saying, oh, well, we know Epstein's dead, there's a picture of him on a gurney. And I've seen all the conspiracy theories. I've seen them all. Oh, no, that's actually Hillary's brother. That's not really him. But, well, what do you mean? It could be anybody. It could be anybody. They can put a face on a living, talking person. Look at that. That's clearly Tom Cruise's face. And how easy it is and how seamless it is. You don't think they can fake a photograph? So all this stuff gets ridiculous. When you start thinking about the ISS, these guys on the ISS and it's just so easy for them to fake anything. You need to think about movies that you've seen. Gravity, Interstellar. It's not even difficult. It's not even hard for them. This guy, Control Shift Face, is just some guy who has a YouTube channel with 202,000 subscribers. And he's able to do this. Turn it back to regular speed. It's just seamless. And if we go to his channel, and sorry, the screen won't be great right now. I'm trying to keep it small. But you can see the Control Shift Face. He's been putting out videos. This video is just from a week ago. But you can see Keanu Reeves look exactly like, or they put in Bruce Lee. This is from The Shining. Crazy. Again, check out his channel, Control Shift Face. But if we, watch this. This is, supposedly Jack Nicholson, but of course this is Jim Carrey. And again, this is some guy with a YouTube channel. This is not somebody with a bunch of money. This is not somebody with a whole team of visual artists. NASA. It is ridiculously easy for this person to do it. And there's even apps now that do it. You know, but look at it. It's just, you can't even tell. The transition is truly seamless. Look at him come through the door here. Everyone's seen this movie. And it really is just insane that they can do this now. It's scary. And all you should know is that, let's watch this one. Is that truly they can do anything. They can fake anything. And the whole world is deepfake. I mean, they've convinced the world that they live on a spinning ball, flying through outer space at ridiculous speeds, and you just don't feel it because you were born here. You were born on the merry-go-round, spinning 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. You were born watching sunsets falling backwards at greater than the speed of sound. But I mean, this is amazing. Look at that. And again, it's just an AI program. This is, you're going to be able to do this in a year or two. You could do it now. But I'm just saying, this software, look at this. That is incredible. Unbelievable. So it's all deepfake. And again, if you believe in the whole idea of people have had technology, or the government has had technology way before we do, that they're 20 years ahead of us, some people say 50 years ahead of us. I'm not sure I would go that route. But again, if you believe that they're 5 years ahead of us, then we can go back and see some of this stuff and really question what we're seeing. So at this point, wouldn't you agree that video evidence, even in court, can no longer be admissible? I mean, you can make Jim Carrey say whatever you want. You can make these... It tells me I don't want to put my face on the internet anymore. I don't want to talk on camera if somebody can simply replace my face, take my face, make me say something I didn't say. Because remember, and this is difficult for our brain to even rationalize, but this is not Jim Carrey saying these things. But again, how could you prove that? Of course, we know this is a movie. Of course, we know what's going on here. But think of all the applications of this deepfake technology. Who can do it? And in the wrong hands, what can be done with it? It is frightening. Look at that. And again, watch this yourselves, because your mind plays tricks on you. You forget what you're seeing here. That's Jack Nicholson. And it's not who it's showing itself to be. So I just think that this goes to show us what kind of world we're headed towards, and how you really have to trust what you can see with your own eyes. And that's what's great about the flat earth. When you go out and you do these mirror tests, or you go out and you see a boat disappear with your eyes, and then you zoom in with your P900 and it pops up again. This one son of God sends another super chat. Do a test in a van with a GPS signal on a 3D base. I don't know if I don't know if you mean to be talking to me as far as what test you guys will conduct. I don't think, maybe you're talking about something FE Core is doing or something. I'm not sure. I have not thought about doing any test in a van, so sorry if I don't get what you're saying. But yeah, so anyway, check out these videos from Control Shift Face, and it's CTRL Shift Face. But unbelievable, and he's got a ton of them. And I think, I don't remember if it was this one. It might have been this one here, where he also does someone else. Let me turn up the volume just for a quick second.
Overwhelming. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
You were able to work out and everything was fine?
Yeah. I mean, he goes, "Can you believe we were in that movie?" And I was like, "I can't believe you were in that." I was like, yeah.
Now, I don't remember which one it was, but he also does Seth Rogen. And it might have been this one. I don't remember. But look at that. It's just incredible. absolutely frightening what this can be used in the ways, and we know it's already being used. So to me, it just doesn't make sense anymore when I see all these conspiracy theories about, well, Epstein is this, and we only got one picture. Yeah, but they can just fake it. It's so simple. It's so easy, and everything that we're being fed by the mainstream is a deepfake, really, and it could easily be. And so unless you're seeing something yourself, I'm not sure you can believe things anymore. It's just with video evidence, photographic evidence. How long till we draw the line and say that can't be used in court anymore? It's just too easy to fake this stuff. So real quick, let me talk about what I was talking about earlier. Mike Kavanaugh, of course, the president of FE Corps, went on a stream with Sly Sparkane. I thought he did an excellent job. I was expecting an absolute train wreck, and it was great. But in the talking about the laser experiment that FE Corps did, there was a hilarious conversation where Sly Sparkane was trying to ask, why didn't you level the laser at the source? So let me kind of draw what I'm talking about here, first of all. And this is exactly what he was drawing on his screen. He basically said, say you have a laser here, and you are shooting off in this direction, and I'm just drawing this for, you're shooting this laser this direction. And I've had so many people ask me this question, and so many people are confused by it when they're saying, well, if you don't level the laser, what good is your experiment? So when FE Corps, hit a marker at a certain point over here, Sly Sparkane was saying, well, what if this marker was up here, and because your laser wasn't leveled, well, you hit it up here. Well, that doesn't prove anything. Well, no, it doesn't. But people are forgetting what we're doing on these laser tests. We have a base here, which is supposedly the curved Earth. Correct? So that's what you're looking at here. Supposedly the curved Earth. And we can use this also for the mirror tests, but let's just talk lasers for a second. And we have some sort of a target over here. And remember, there's supposed to be a hump in between the target and the laser. So it doesn't matter if you level this laser, meaning it can be pointed up here and it can be pointed down here. Why? Because if you point too low, okay, so the second you point that laser too low, try and grab a green beam. So as soon as you point that laser too low, what happens? Well, you should know that you would hit the water. Okay? So if this laser is leveled and it's not leveled and it shoots too low, then you're going to hit the water surface and you're going to get a reflection like this. Okay? Or like this, whatever. It's going to refract off this water. And if you point this laser too high, it's going to miss your target. You're going to be up here. But we are pointing the laser and we are hitting the target. And that's all you need to understand. So once you understand that, you realize it doesn't matter if this laser is leveled or not. This depiction that you see on the screen now is impossible. Is impossible on a curved Earth. Okay, it's the same thing when instead we are having a mirror flash and a camera. So you have the camera here, and you've got the sun here, and the sun is of course shining its beams this way and is reflecting off this mirror, and this camera is picking that up. Well, how is it seeing the reflections of the mirror? You have to have line of sight to see a mirror reflection. And again, I don't know how many times I have to go over this. Go out and do this test yourself. Just put somebody on the other side of a vehicle, of a car, and have them try and flash you with a mirror with the sun's reflection. If that mirror is obstructed at all, as it is here, the mirror is obstructed, right? So the only thing the camera should be able to see is off this way. And if you think, oh, well, when the mirror reflects back, you're seeing this light. That's not how reflections work. Go do it yourself. And hopefully you'll start to see that the obstruction that's supposed to be there isn't there. And that's a problem for the globe. Because there's supposed to be a wall of water, and it's not there. So when you have somebody who continually says, well, here's your laser, and they say, well, did you level this laser? Well, what difference does it make? If it wasn't level, if it was pointed too low, the laser beam would hit off this water and skirt up. And if the beam is angled too high, then it's going to shoot off into the sky. So it doesn't matter where this level is. All you're trying to do is, can we hit this target? Because if you just look at this and say, okay, here's my line, it should be impossible to hit that target. Once I get here, boom, I hit the water. So if I move, so all you have to do is take the laser and aim it up here and start to move the laser down and start to move the laser down and start to move the laser down. And as soon as you get here, then what should happen is you should get this. There's no way to get the target. But what's been actually happening in all these tests is they're able to lower it and they're able to hit the target. And if you're able to hit the target, then there is no hump. And if there is no hump, then the Earth is not a sphere. Then there's no obstruction between you and the distance. And it's that simple. So I just saved you an hour of that live stream. And we got another super chat from the One Son of God. Says, definitely prove that logo on the van guy. Sorry, I'm sorry I'm not following. Maybe I'm having a bad morning. I don't know. Don't know what you mean. Definitely prove, period, that logo on the van guy. Okay. So anyway, I just saved you an hour of that show because it was all Sly Sparkane saying, yeah, but you never leveled the laser. And it took Mike saying, what difference does that make? And Sly saying, well, you need to level the laser to prove that the Earth's flat. And Mike saying, no, we don't. And Sly saying, well, then you don't get it. And Mike saying, no, I get it, you don't get it. And as I just explained to you, it was Sly who doesn't get it. Why is leveling this laser at this point important? The answer is it's not. It has nothing to do with the test at all. Because again, doesn't matter if my laser's pointed here, doesn't matter if my laser's pointed here. Thank you, David Anthony, for the super chat. But again, and also I wanted to thank Gorilla Forilla. Thank you very much. I get you, Jaron. People overcomplicate things. Yeah, it's not that complicated. It's really not. And it's a problem that I get all the time. People asking about the leveling of the laser. Did you level the laser? Well, these lasers aren't leveled. These lasers aren't leveled. And again, when you look at what happened when, and this is where people get confused, but think back to the Stephen Hawking experiment. And people might go to that video and say, but Jaron, here you were saying how important it is that they leveled the laser. Well, what they did there is they tried to say that the laser hit too high on the boat, which meant that the Earth was curved. But again, in that case, and let's see how I can explain this better. They didn't lower the laser. They didn't try and paint the target lower. So how do I explain this? Gonna have to draw something here. So if you remember the Stephen Hawking experiment, you had a boat out here. Sorry for my bad drawing. I know it's kindergarten-esque. And they had some board here. And then they had the laser here. And they say, oh, well, this laser hit this board. So we'll bring it up here where it's not hitting the curve. All right, there you go. And they say, oh, this board hit too high. This laser hit too high. Let's move it to green just so it's a little easier. But we never saw them try and lower the laser. Perhaps they could have hit the bottom of the boat. So a lot of people ask, well, was this laser leveled at the source? So hopefully you understand the difference of that. That when you're trying to hit this target, and if they're hitting it and say, oh, well, this target hit too high. Well, did you try and lower the laser? Because maybe you were aimed too high. But that's much different than the experiments that flat earthers are doing when they're taking a target here Let's go a different color here. There we go. When you're taking a target and then you have a laser and you're able to hit the target, what difference does it make if that laser is leveled? It doesn't. You're hitting the target, which is impossible on a curved Earth. It's just impossible. So I can't really explain it any simpler to people, but when you go back and watch the Stephen Hawking one, they just simply had a laser at the shore. Then they sent a boat out and said, "Okay, here, look at where the laser's hitting the boat. It's hitting too high." Well, who leveled the laser? Maybe you're pointing up too high. But hopefully people see the difference between the tests that flat earthers are doing. You can't say the same thing. You can't say, well, who leveled the laser? Maybe you're hitting too low? Well, what do you mean? If we're aiming too low, you hit the water. If we're aiming too high, we don't hit anything. If you're hitting the target, there's no obstruction. See the difference? So if maybe in the Stephen Hawking experiment, they pointed this laser out and then lowered it, but we already know what would happen if they lowered that laser on the Stephen Hawking experiment. They would have hit lower on the board. And that's fact. You can go back and watch that video and you can see for yourself. And you can see all the other anomalies, and we've covered that millions of times. David Anthony said, coordinates in Devon Island where Mars rover was found. You can still find it. I found it on the stream recently. I don't know if I have Google Earth set up on here. I don't. Let me see here. I found it. I don't know which episode it was on, but I showed people it was still there. We still went there. What you do is you go to Google Earth. I'll just explain it real quick. Go to Google Earth and turn off all the little checkmark boxes on the left, except for one that says NASA images. Oh, no, it was Gigapan. Except for the one that says Gigapan images. And then zoom into Devon Island, and you'll see a little G for the Gigapan. Or maybe it's Googleplex. I don't remember. But those are still there. Maybe I'll do that in a... I just don't have on my... I took up the scene for OBS that was originally... I'm trying to see, do I have it on here? No. So I'd have to set it all up to put Google Earth on here. But I've showed it before. It's still there. So you can find that. But and they're just little images, and it's a whole NASA team out there. And again, it just makes no sense. Because why wouldn't you just build some little... They have like the Mars yard. Just build that. Build your fake Mars landscape and drive your rovers around there. What good does it do to send a whole team of people, NASA vans and trucks and satellites and everything up to Devon Island to do what? To simulate the Mars environment? You could do that in your backyard if you have the money NASA has. If you have enough money to send trucks and people and vans and rovers to Devon Island, then you have enough money to do that in your backyard. Build the landscape and make sure it works. What are you making sure works? Probably long distance communication, but when I say long distance, I mean to Devon Island, back to control at Florida. And you can process images, and it's a Mars-looking landscape, and people believe it. But occasionally, mushrooms show up. And when they do, you have to skirt that away and say, oh, no, that's something else, even though people have shown that they're growing. And you can see a little speck one day, a couple days later, it's gotten much larger, which proves mushrooms are on Mars. And, of course, if you know anything about my channel, you know that I don't believe that. I believe mushrooms are on Earth, which tells you so is Mars. Where is it? I don't care. Atacama Desert, Devon Island, doesn't matter. It's just another DeepFake. And it's very easily done. You can put the arm of the craft, this remote control car that magically got to Mars and is being controlled, even though there's some sort of time difference of 40 minutes, 25 minutes there and back. And they're just driving this remote control car that's lasted 5, 6, 7, 8 years beyond its intended use. And why? It's because they can go to Congress at the end of every year and say, hey, our rover's still working. Can you give us a little more money for it? It's already there. It's already on Mars, so it would be a shame to shut it down. and all we need is another 750 million for next year, and we can keep it going. Well, what is Congress going to do? It would be a shame. Would be a shame if we shut that down. Here's more money. Same thing they do with the James Webb Telescope. So, sorry, I didn't want you to stare at the screen the whole time. But hopefully people get it, because it's just overcomplicated when you start thinking, whoa, you hit the target, yes, but did you level this laser? What difference does it make? There's a hump in the way. The only difference it would make is if you were up here and you hit the target and you said, okay, we hit the target on this curved earth. And people say, well, yeah, but you're this distance higher than the water. But when we know the distance, when we know, say, hey, this is 15 feet off the ground, and this target is 15 feet off the ground, but there's a 45-foot hump, well, then it's impossible to get around that. Does that make sense? If this is 15 feet off the surface, and this target, let's put a little dot there or something. Let's say this dot is 15 feet, and this laser is 15 feet, but there's a 45-foot hump, well, then it's impossible. When you shoot that laser, how are you hitting this target if there's a hump there? Your laser should be up here. But Sly didn't get it, and it tells me so much about these guys that think they're doing this research, think they know what they're talking about, convince their audience they know what they're talking about, when they don't even understand the very experiments that we're saying disproves their nonsense. So, that's the way it goes when you're dealing with these guys. Thank you very much. Artem Brayson said, totally makes sense, 100% Jaron Sly is a doofus. Yeah, he doesn't get it. So hopefully people get it. Greetings from Romania from Andre. Thank you very much for the £2. I greatly appreciate that. And let's see what's going on in the chat. Because, again, I think that's basically all I wanted to talk about today was these deepfake videos. I want you to check them out. Control, Shift, Face. And maybe in the chat you guys can tell me what you think about those videos. What could they be used for? What am I missing here? Can we trust anything coming from the TV anymore? Can you trust any video saying, oh, we found this? Think of how easy it is for them to show, oh, we're landing on this asteroid. Yeah, sure you are. Yep. Very easy for them to fake anything. And one more time, just because I am in the middle of it and don't want to take the thunder away. And again, all these links will be, but just really, if you can, support this Globe Light Tour. Over 14,000 miles, really impressive. 39 countries, 64 destinations, stopping at many a place along the way, and including Amsterdam for the 27th, 28th, 29th of September. That'll be amazing, and I just think it's amazing. So, hopefully people contribute if you can. Again, there's tons of different fundraisers up. There's the Globe Light Tour main page. There's the Globebusters page. And there's the Paul on the Plane page. And again, no matter where you donate, whether you super chatted with me yesterday or whether, I don't know if anybody else is contributing their super chats from the stream. I know a couple people who have super chats on, had super chats on during, but I don't know. That was just my idea. So I did that. Awesome donations from people, $675 from Paul. So really very impressive, and you guys should help out if possible. And I didn't get a chance to include these links before the show, so they'll all be in immediately after, or you can just go to my video yesterday, and you'll be able to see all the links in the description. I had a link to the GoFundMe Euro Tour, a link to the GoFundMe Globebusters one, a link to Paul on the Plains video, a link to Paul on the Plains GoFundMe, to the Globe Light website, to the FE Convention website, to FE 2019. All that stuff was in my description from yesterday's video, so check it out. And again, this is the final Jeranism live Sunday show, at least for the time being, until Globebusters takes another little break, but we've been gone for a while, and we'll be returning next Sunday, August 25th, 12 noon Pacific, that's 3 Eastern, for another season of Globebusters. Should be fun. And I thought we were supposed to have Iru on. Let me check if he's got back to me. We don't. So, yeah, some things that were supposed to happen today didn't happen. Iru was supposed to go live from somewhere. I think Bob also mentioned that he might go live from somewhere. Neither of them have contacted me. So I said, okay, well, I'll do a short show. I'm going to head over to the, I don't even know how you say this word, Exchequer Mountain Bike Park? I don't know. That's what I'm going to say. Exchequer. Don't know what that word is. Executor? Exchequer? Exchequer. I don't know. Anyway, that's fun. Pronunciation with Jaron. All right, so let's get over here and get set up here to check out some of the chat and just see if anybody's got anything fun to say. What are you looking at here? Oh, sorry. We still have that going. Let's put on this. Jeranism Sunday Live. It's DeepFake. And so, yeah, it's just, to me, it's just the world is getting extremely fake. And it's so easy for them to fake it. You know? Thank you, Gorilla Forilla. Super chat. Luke 8:17. Yeah, I don't even need to look that one up. For there's nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. Right? I believe that's Luke 8:17. And who could argue with that? It's just things are going to get a lot faker, and you better protect yourself with knowledge of the truth. The truth of where you live, the truth of who you are, where you're going, what's important. And that's one of the things that my patrons have allowed me to do, is really get back in touch with family, my life, my wife, growing your own food, the things that are important, taking care of yourself, being happy, being able to enjoy free speech, being able to enjoy the content that you want to enjoy, supporting what you like, and not falling for all the nonsense. You can still listen to it. You know, that's fine if you want, but just having the knowledge of the fact that you're being lied to makes it much easier to watch the news, if that's what you want to do. And sometimes I still tune in. I still check it out. What lies are they telling today? Because we know it's not the truth. We know that there's a small percentage of, well, not small percentage, but just a small number of people that control the entire media. Right? What is it? 5 groups that control all the media. So once you control the narrative, you control the perception of the people who watch the news, who watch TV, and you want to exclude yourself from that group. You don't want to let them control the narrative. And I don't. I don't want to let them control the perception. I have my own perception. I have my own beliefs, my own thoughts, my own opinions. And I'll watch their stuff and stick it into my bullshit meter and category and move on. It's quite easy to do. But a lot of people can't do it. So thank you, Joshua Doyle. Shout out to everyone in the chat. It's moving quite quickly. Dilly Gill, shout out to you as well. Jaron, Loran is the only thing you need to prove that the earth is flat. Yeah, most likely. Inverse square law, Jaron, did they land on the light? No. They didn't. And the inverse square law tells you that the distances that they tell you are wrong or false. And so I did pull up the chat now. Would love to see what anybody thinks about, you know, where is this deep fake culture going? How deep will it go? Can we believe anything that we see on TV? Any photographic evidence? Of course, a shout out to Ace McLeod. How dare I forget? But you weren't number one. You weren't first today. Forgot who it was. Somebody was first before you. Flat Earth Response says water proves flat Earth. Well, I think we've all been saying that a long time. AJ Shirley said Flat Earth FC, well done to Iru. Yeah, the Flat Earth Football Club. Wake the Sheeple, Mike, thank you so much. He is a patron. and he's supported me. You've been around from day one, so I definitely respect those people because this gets painful. It's just on and on and on, and some of these guys, they just don't want to see the truth, and so what are you going to do? I'll just keep speaking my opinion, my beliefs. The Hori Sheet Show. Shout out to Hori Sheet. Why are you not a mod? I don't know. We're going to change that right now. Hori Sheet says, hey, jeranism, I'm late, but I wanted to say hi. Kick ass, man. Hori, hopefully we'll get to see you in Dallas. I'm hoping that you're going. Don't know. Karen B says the number one thing anyone can do is kill your television. Yeah, it's step one. It definitely is step one. But as I said, I'll still check it out. I'll still tune in every once in a while to see what the latest and greatest is, and it's garbage. It's lies. And so it's the television. And from that, you should be able to start to draw more connections with the truth. Shout out to Jack. Thank you very much. Dave Gafford said, I stopped watching news years ago. Never joined Facebook. Warned everybody. Nobody listened. Warned family and friends about Disney before it ever came out. Now you show porn and video and still go. Let's see here. No problem, Hori Sheet. If I go, I'll be hitching a ride with Carrie. All right. Well, yeah, hopefully we see you there. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Local news is okay. Yeah, I kind of agree. I know a lot of people say all news is fake, but you just got to watch out for that mainstream stuff. The local news, if you want to see what's going on in your town, just be careful when they get into that mainstream stuff. Somebody asked Jaron, have you tried magic mushrooms before? I did a long time ago. Yep. I've had a couple people trying to say do that again, but that was in my younger years, after high school, probably 18, 19, 20-ish. All right, Nick C. said, street activism, I promote jeranism on my flashcards. That's awesome. Ace McLeod said, TV is their greatest weapon. Yeah, well, absolutely. And they knew that the second that they invented it, that they'd be able to use it to pull on the heartstrings of people, and they definitely do that. Hey, Hendrick, alerts. Thank you very much, Hendrick. 20 pounds. I appreciate that so much. Hendrick is somebody who used to support the show on PayPal, and he can no longer do so. Artem, yeah, what's going on? I didn't see. You wrote me about moderator. About being a moderator? Didn't see that. I'll have to check. I don't know if everybody else has issues with Patreon. I'm fine when I go there and actually look, but as far as alerts, I don't get very many alerts. I think it's, I don't know, maybe I have comments turned off or something. If it was a comment, I may have not seen it, but messages, I should get an alert. One Neo said, I have refused to take my daughter to Disneyland. I will not support these sick Fs. I do my best not to buy their products. Yeah, it's scary. Disneyland. At least it draws the dome for you before every movie. And I don't see enough people talking about the whole Pizza Planet thing. I think that's hilarious that they hide that Pizza Planet in all their movies. Anybody think that's weird? I think it is. Can't hold globebusters down with any kind of gravity. That's true. Whether it's relative density, whether it's a downward force, whether it's been here for all time, whether it's a law of nature, whether it's God's law, can't hold us down. Yeah, Plain Permaculture sent me some great books. Let's get back to real life. We have lots to do. Time to live. For knowledge of how to do so, please check out Permaculture. Yeah, and check out his channel. Does a great job of teaching you how to get back in touch with what's important. Salvation. Creation leads to salvation. Well, creation leads to truth. That's for sure. Jaron, you are awake since you tried magic mushrooms. It's food for the gods. Maybe. I don't know. I did it with some friends about 4 or 5 weekends in a row, and then had a great time. And then on the 5th weekend, it was not so great. Had what they call a bad trip. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yep. Wide Awake in the house. Wide Awake. If you guys aren't checking out his channel, some of the best observations you can find. He was instrumental in my, coming to terms with the truth. You just have to, allow some of these guys, especially if you know that they're not out faking something. Hashtag it's DeepFake. Yeah, totally. What do you think about Mossad's blackmailing? Any coincidence to Flat Earth? I don't know if it has a coincidence to Flat Earth. I think that they can't let too much stuff even come close to Flat Earth. It's something that they need to keep on the outskirts as much as possible. So they need crazy people talking about things. So a lot of people ask, well, Jaron, if you're telling the truth, why is your channel still here? Well, it's here for now. And I think what they do is they can't get rid of everybody at once. They just can't chop off all Flat Earth videos tomorrow. That would be quite alarming to people. So what they do is they allow you to grow your channel, and I'll get up there in views, and I'll get up there in subs, and then something will happen, and my channel will disappear, and there'll be people behind me doing the same thing, and they'll get 10,000 subs, 20,000, they'll get up to 100,000, and then they'll be chopped off, and then the next one, and then the next one. Yeah, mushrooms have a lot to do with your surroundings and the people you're with. Yep, agree. Those were the magic mushrooms. Yeah, that was the bad trip. Those were the mushrooms. They brought them back, and that's what caused me to trip out. Logan Cook, thank you very much for the super chat. Said, missed the show yesterday. Great work. Yeah, great job to the viewers. That was awesome to see. We were able to donate $419. I was happy about that. Also, wanted to say thank you to a few people that are on my email list that purchased books from me this week. The PayPal thing had me hurting for money a little bit, and so was able to move some books. And I've got a small list of people, and I'm able just to email out and say, hey, anybody interested in these books for this price? And got a few people that were able to do that. And I always appreciate when that happens because I've been, basically mortgaging books for a while and getting to the end of my collection. But it was fun while it lasted. And again, I told people I was going to do a video on that. I do want to do a video because there is a way to make a living doing that. It's very time consuming, and it will bulk up your inventory a lot faster than you can sell, which are all things that happened to me. But when I got into Flat Earth and I started making videos, I moved away from selling books, and we just had such a big inventory. And so I started to just take up huge boxes full to bookstores and try and sell them that way. And we were able to stay alive, stay afloat for quite a while doing that. And so I thank everybody who helps me out with that. You learn the most from bad trips, and you realize later how it impacts you for the best. Realize it was actually a great trip. Well, I'm not sure about that. I did some stupid things back then. I think I got in a car and drove, and then got to a stop sign and looked at the stop sign, and it was coming at me. And so I bailed from the car and threw up all over the road. The problem was I was at a pretty busy stop sign. It happened to be like 2 a.m, but that's not a good trip. The way I think back about it. Again, we're talking about something that happened, 17 years ago for me, 18 years ago, long time. Hey, we have Iru. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the show's not ready to end yet. Let's see what Iru's doing. Hold on. Sorry, I'm Skyping Iru. He asked if I'm here. I'm here. Maybe we will be tuning into Iru. Maybe we have a special guest. Maybe we don't. Maybe he's busy. I don't know. Let's see what he's doing. I'm live. Sorry, this great YouTube video, great radio here as I talk to Iru. Let me get back over here. Yeah, thanks, Logan. I do appreciate it. And then we have Eric DeLion. Great show, Jaron. Been listening while doing work. Thank you. Awesome. Glad you're listening. Thank you so much for listening. It's always amazing to see the amount of people. We got 687 watching now. Uh-oh, my thing froze. Yeah, Ace, I'll have to talk to you about it. I've had a lot of people telling me, do it again, you got to do it again. I just, it's been a while. And that one wasn't too fun. Once you open the door in your mind, it cannot be closed. Jaron, Jesus was a carpenter, can't read right. When he was crucified and died, he was able to be back alive again because he signed a pact with the devil, signed by sign of the cross. All right, that's from TubeGo. TEIF said, jeranism on Raw, when the guys talked about the lightning, when you take a wire that's hooked up to your breaker panel and ground it, it flashes and makes a pop. Same when the dome grounds, flashes and pops. Yeah, it was interesting, huh? I was talking about last week. On Jeranism Raw, we had a caller call in talking lightning. Wait a second here. Let's see here what Ira's talking about. Looks like Ira's saying he won't be there for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. He's going to a conference. I don't remember what he's doing. Sorry, I'm just trying to see what he's doing. I think it looks like he won't be there for 20 minutes. But I think he just wanted to say hi from the conference. I forgot where it was. Uruguay? Don't hold me to that one. Let's go back here. I missed the chat. Okay, maybe I will do it right. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. Yeah, it's very true. It says, I do not believe that all the leaders know the secrets of the flat earth and the mysteries of Antarctica. Do you believe that Hugo Chavez, Fidel Castro, and others knew this? No, I don't believe they know. No, I think it's much larger than that. And you have a lot of actors inside that it's better if they don't know, right? Humankind exists on an infinite plane with other separate realms, probably. You should get Bro Sanchez on your show. Yeah, I love Bro Sanchez. Was I on a show with him, or I think we've just talked before? Jaron, why can't you use stationary elevated drones and laser tag each one to triangulate distance if they are all X amount above the sea level? Yeah, well, and that's from To Enlighten at Next Gen Alpha. Thank you for that chat. But the problem is that these guys will just make up anything, and I didn't really know that until recently at the Salton Sea, when talking to the guys from the Independent Investigations Group and laying out for them what was happening when we're seeing these mirror flashes. And they just said, oh, well, it doesn't. And I said, so it doesn't matter. Basically what they were saying is it doesn't matter how long of a distance we were doing. It doesn't matter if we did 100 miles and we were taking mirror flashes. They just say that the light that we're seeing, the reflection, is traveling through the atmosphere around the bend. And this is what the problem is with the globe Earth. You'll just take anything and just say, oh, no, it's this, actually. Okay. That's fine. Again, I don't care if people want to believe in the globe. Go right ahead. I don't. And it's up to you. If you watch my videos, if you watch the other thousands and thousands upon videos from people that are trying to tell you what to look at, what to see, the fact that every time they send up a helium balloon, even though the ground is curved at 300 feet, when it gets up and they show the Earth curved, and they say, oh, these students proved that the Earth is curved. What are you talking about? They proved it when it was 2 feet above the ground. You're using a fisheye camera. But if you miss these things, then whatever. If you can't see the writing on the wall, good for you. When you have to be told in school that water goes down separate directions in different hemispheres in the toilets, and then you realize that's just a lie. And then you got people, well, no, they do it at the equator. Yeah, that's a lie. They use different pouring techniques, pour it this side, or bowls are shaped different ways. When you realize that it's just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, then maybe you'll wake up. When you realize that we've never gone back to the moon, maybe you'll wake up. Then you say, well, why did they have to go to the moon? Well, they had to show you the picture of the ball Earth, to cement it in everybody's minds, to teach it in school, to indoctrinate children. It was really their only method. Oops, I'm not paying attention over here. Oh. So yeah, it's just why does my thing keep freezing? I don't know why this keeps happening. Sorry, the chat keeps freezing and I have to reload the page. Deepfakes are easy to detect, don't worry. I'm not sure I agree with that. Not sure I agree with that. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by they're easy to detect. I mean, I guess we're watching those movies, but that guy tells you that it's a deep fake. So yeah, I guess in that sense. But really, you don't think that he could put Jim Carrey's face on somebody who looks like Jim Carrey and have him say something that Jim Carrey never said? You think you'd be able to figure that out? I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure about that. If it's flat, why are there mountains? No, come on. Sounds like a Danny Gallagher comment to me. Since the 8th of June 2019, NASA liars. Well, since 1958. Mike Jones says, listen to lightning. It's under a dome. You can't disagree with that. I mean, gosh, does it sound like it or what? Interesting. Let's see here where we're at. Don't think Eru is going to be on. The soul has no secret that behavior will not reveal. Yeah, people will show their true colors. Right, Mike? I think it all comes out eventually. Only when I drink too much does yours spin? Yeah. So much, Julie. Julie Bennett said children are so pliable, easy to influence, easy targets, so they're the easiest. And that's when the brain is forming, and that's when all your opinions, your belief systems are being set. And so, yeah, you put in those minds of those children, and I still, remember coming home from school. I'm like, Mom, we live on a ball? Well, that's what scientists say. Yeah, scientists have figured it out. And we're spinning? Yep, that's what scientists say. And so when children ask that question, and if you dare, try and say anything in class, you'll get laughed at. And it's a very easy way to build a belief system. Absolutely. Wake the Sheeple says, he who stands on the toilet is high on pot. It's usually true. Usually true. Thomas Idesto? Thomas Idesto. I don't know what that is there. Love you, Jaron. Hope to meet you sometime. Yeah, it'd be awesome. By the way, I don't know if anybody went out to the Bakersfield tinfoil hat comedy thing last night. I had a couple people message me, ask me if I was going, but I went to the one in Sacramento. So I didn't want to go to this one, although I thought it would be great because the one in Sacramento that I went to was right before Epstein died. And again, Eddie Bravo was out holding court in front of the thing talking about the fact that, and he's going to be dead any day soon. Any day we're going to wake up and hear that he died. And so it would have been great to hear him comment on that. Certainly quickly changing. Was Stephen Hawking here? Hello, Stephen Hawking. Hello, Stephen Hawking. Plain Permaculture says, I'm editing the Iron Realm media show I was on to be more digestible and listenable. I'll upload a week probably for those interested. Dave Gafford said that's why they start in first grade indoctrination, teaching best guess as fact, or just teaching the worldview of certain men. These men who think that they live in the 50-year period of time where we've figured out the age of the universe. It's ridiculous. Just think about their whole idea. If you believe that, you live on this ball, you're spinning in space, and all we have is these telescopes pointed up to the sky. And from that, then we just rewind time and we come out 14.54 billion. It's easy. Jaron, if a rocket is launched into space and there's no artist to CGI it, does the rocket exist? Well, the one that ends up in the water does. Yeah. I think that that one does. The one that, they've learned to, and just think how easy it is, because we know how far people can see, and we know a certain distance that we can no longer see, simply because of the atmosphere in between us. So the question of why can't we see across the Atlantic Ocean from the east coast of the United States to Spain is a ridiculous question, because there's so much atmosphere you can never see that far. So what do? You stick the spaceport there on the edge of Florida, and you launch it out towards the Atlantic Ocean. And it goes a certain distance. They know how to launch it that far, and they know at what distance you can't see it anymore. And you can see it coming down, but it's going over the curve. Sure it is. Hawking was another ridiculous hoax. Yes. There he is. He got better. And thank you for the picture of your messed up teeth. We're all very excited to see that. When you come to Norway, Jaron, I can teach you to grow magic mushrooms. All right. Well, exciting. Yeah, give me your kids from birth to age 6. I can teach them anything. Any worldview. Yeah. Right? And so when you have certain men who have a certain worldview who are able to put their worldview in books, who are able to mass produce those books due to the printing press, and at that time is when the globe took over. Think about it. I mean, we had to talk to Danny Gallagher about that. Just think that there is no globe that exists. The oldest globe we have is 1492. What? I thought Aristophanes figured out the circumference of the Earth in 275 BC. Yeah, but it was too hard for people to, paint the Earth on a ball. Well, no, nobody had a clue. Come on. But again, These are all stories. These are all deep fakes. Hashtag it's deepfake. Thank you very much for that. Kix Spicer says, oh, thank you, Karen B. Blocked it, but basically they want to strap me to a rocket and send me up to take a picture. Well, will I have a helmet on? Will I have a curved helmet on? Because I've seen video of what it looks like when you look through an astronaut's helmet. I've shown videos of it before where they come up behind the astronaut suit and a guy, like some newscaster or somebody's getting into it, and they show the camera shot through the helmet and everything outside the helmet is curved. So what do you, and of course, you're not going to go up there without a helmet. So it's very easy to keep this deception going. TEIF, Jeranism, what's the topic for tomorrow's Raw? I am not positive yet if we have a guest or not, so I'm not sure. Have not decided on that completely. Get him young, get him early, says Joe Stalin. Jaren, do we have the highest elevation known non-CGI, non-fisheye lens of the Earth? If so, it's crazy to think that we don't have one picture. Well, I mean, besides balloon shots, I mean, I showed Seeing Stars recently from Dwayne Kellum. Not sure if you mean like that. We can put up balloons to about 120,000 feet. I think Dwayne Kellum's gone to 121, maybe a little higher. And the camera spins around, and you just see a flat plane below you. Of course, you can only see so far. And of course, the way our eyes work with the spherical nature, the way lenses work with their spherical nature, everything on the edges is going to be pulled back. And so this is just an easy lie to tell. It's been a long time since I tried mushrooms, says, is it cause eye is flat? About 96. Yeah, mine would have been about 99. So about the same time. Yeah, I've gotten away from a lot of that, and I just think it helps you see more clearly. Got away from pot for a while. Took the summer off. August 1st was my 90 days. So I listened to Owen Benjamin, and he talked about giving up alcohol for 90 days. And when he said that, and the reason that, if you can't do that, then you're addicted, I said, man, I should try that. So I was able to give it up for 90 days quite easily. It wasn't too difficult. But I did notice maybe a little less creativity out of me. But August 1st, enjoyed a joint, and then haven't gone back to it, weirdly. So I don't know what the reason for that is. Personal issues, I guess. Love your video of Stephen Hawking. Thank you, Stephen Hawking. Which one? There's quite a few, but the guy's a joke. And, of course, he wasn't even listed on the ALS website. Those are the things people forget, by the way, that it was because of me that he was listed on the ALS website. And you may say, oh, come on, Jaron, you're full of yourself. No. No, the truth was I made a video pointing out, hey, everybody thinks this guy has ALS and that he's had it for 50 years. Look at the ALS website. The ALS website listed all the known living people with ALS, and Stephen Hawking wasn't listed on that list. So I made a video about it. A couple days later, somebody sends me a message and says, Stephen Hawking's on that list now. I said, get out of town. Shut up. Come on. And what happened? Quickly, his name was added to that list. Could not believe it. That will change when you come to Amsterdam. Thank you, Erwin. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not saying I'll give it up for sure. That's for good. No, that's. I just mean I just haven't. So. Still enjoyable on occasion, but I think people can get trapped by it a little bit. Yeah, there you go, Ace. Ace is down. Don't be a full-time pothead. Breaks make it better. I agree with that. Really enjoyed the high when I got back from it, and like I said, just taking another break. This time self-imposed, doesn't have a timetable. It was fun to do the 90-day thing, and I recommend it to anybody. If there's something that you do that's a little bit of a vice, take some time off from it. Just prove to yourself that you can. It's a good mental or physical or personal exercise. But yeah, if I go and I'm hanging out after doing a speech at the Flat Earth Conference and a bunch of people get together and we want to get high, we're going to get high. It's just, just the way it works. But no, and I've never been the kind of person that says, okay, I'm going to get high and go do a live stream. No. Or I'm going to get high and I'm going to go do this that I need to be on alert for. No. I think Eddie Bravo said it recently, pretty funny. Somebody asked him if he was high when he does his comedy show, and he's like, "Are you kidding me? No." He's like, "But the second I'm done, yes." So, but yeah, I mean, if you ever have something you need to do, or it's probably not the best thing. But if you're having a good time, there you go. Khabib, last name I'm not going to try and butcher, says everything in moderation. I totally agree. Julie says indeed. I like my bowl or two every day, but I've never felt I needed it. Christina, so just for fun, you should just say I'm gonna take a week off, because I was the same way, you know, and you know, oh, I like a bowl at the end of the night, it helps me sleep. I had all these little excuses. I didn't feel I needed it either, and that's why I said, okay, well, if I don't feel I need it, I can take 90 days off, and I did. So, and that ended August 1st, like I said. But then again, it's just taking another few weeks off. Why? I don't know. Just because I agree, makes it better. But again, to each their own. I'm certainly not telling anybody what they should or shouldn't do. It's your body, it's your life, it's your mind. Enjoy yourself. All I care about is, are you a good person? And if, you know, pot makes you a good person, then yeah, do it every day. I don't know. Maybe you're more giving, more loving. Maybe you have better sex. I don't know. Whatever your personal thing is, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your family. Grow your own food. All that stuff. I'm trying to buy time to see if Iru is going to get there. Because he wants to call when he gets there, so we'll just keep waiting. 17 years sober. Dilly Gill. From the booze and mind-altering substances, it has been a great way to me. I have no stop button. That's awesome. Congratulations. I do think it can be a downfall for many, many people, and it has been. And there's a lot of drugs that can be a downfall for many people. Has anyone seen the documentary of The Amazing Jonathan? Very interesting. If you haven't. Anya Cutie Pop says, I heard sex on cocaine is mind-blowing. Wouldn't know. Sex with me is mind-blowing. So, you don't need cocaine. That's right, Jaron. Kindness is the key. Wide awake, never inhaled, of course. Him and Clinton, they just puffed it just because of the peer pressure, right? Bye-bye time is time, and a coffin awaits fella. I don't know what that means, but donuts is my addiction. They will kill me one day. Yeah, I don't eat anything like that anymore. What a difference between my life. And again, this is why I just always have to thank my patrons, because I really can't think of if this stuff would have happened if it wasn't for YouTube, if it wasn't for patrons, and just being able to eat healthier, lose weight. It's just been much better for me. And I still got more weight I want to lose. I'm obviously not where I want to be, but it says jeranism. That is so wrong. It is not your body and mind not to do what you want. That is prideful. What purpose is that for? Man, again, please consider you might be wrong. Sure, whatever makes you feel good. I don't know what's wrong with Carlos. Anya. Funny. Carlos is complaining that he's blocked. I'm sorry, Carlos. I don't know how to... Let me see here. Everybody's Skyping me. Let's see here. Send me a link to your channel. Usually when people get banned, I just leave them banned, but... Hot tub time machine. Addiction to food is my next battle. Yeah, it's a tough one. But really, it's just... what started for me is just changing the food that I eat. I still eat a lot of that food. You know, somebody, I forgot, was it Shelly that was on with me when she was saying she eats a salad the size of her head every day? That is definitely true. My salads are ginormous, and I eat a lot of them. But I feel okay about that, and that's helped me lose a lot of weight. But you're right. The next step is not eating so much. And, you know, last week on Raw, we talked a little bit about fasting. I think that's a good idea, too. I'm just laughing now at some of this. Julie Bennett says some women enjoy more meat. I don't know about some, but Ace and Karen keeps blocking me. Guys, leave Carlos alone if he's I don't know what he's talking about, but I said send me a link to your channel. I'm not going to look it up right now. I'm busy. On a live stream, if you're not noticing that. So yeah, I get so many Skype messages just constantly. Sometimes it's hard to catch up. You got to sit in front of this and just answer people for like an hour. Sorry, I'm back. Fasting today? Gregory May, fasting. Who's this? It's Iru. Iru, my friend.
Hey, Jaran, how's it going, man?
Hold on, let me bring you up for everyone to see you. We held on the live stream for you. We were so excited to have you. Okay. I see you, I think. Go ahead. Where are you at? Tell everybody where you're at. It's kind of loud there.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, please.
Okay. Iru was here and Iru's gone. But he said give him 1 second, so we'll be back. Maybe he'll change it to landscape because that was difficult. Let's see here. I fast 3 days a week, dry fasting, and I'm stronger in gym and much lower fat percentage. It works. Yeah, I might try it. It's just something I've never done before. And, of course, it's like, scary to think about, just like everything, when you first hear it. Joshua Doyle says, I love The Amazing Jonathan. Joshua, have you seen the documentary, though? That's the question. Is that there's a documentary out there. I think I saw it on Hulu. Just look up The Amazing Jonathan documentary. Pretty crazy. It's actually a good documentary, but the guy's smoking meth, and he's about to die. And it's in this documentary. In fact, the documentary filmmaker smokes meth with Jonathan on. It's a crazy documentary. I can't begin to do it justice, so I'm not going to try. But if you liked Amazing Jonathan, I saw him in Vegas one time. We were there for my friend's bachelor party, and when I saw him, I thought he was great. But you kind of watched his show, and you're like, I think this guy's snorting coke. Well, you find out he's doing other kind of what he calls vitamins. But it's not vitamins when you smoke it out of a glass bowl. That's not vitamins. All right. Carlos, you're unblocked. I hope you're happy. And if you're just coming to tell me more about your DirecTV satellites, I don't want to hear it. Let's just put it that way. All right. You're fine. And where's Iru? Is Iru gone? We'll see if we get Iru back or not. I'm not really sure. Let me get back over here. He was always on that show, Make Me Laugh. Wait. Yeah, anyway, I scrolled up and I have to scroll back down. There we go. Here comes Iru. Iru!
Yeah, I'm here, man.
What's up, my friend?
Sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem. Tell everybody hello.
I'm just showing how many people are here.
Where are you again? Uruguay? Remind me where you are.
Right now we are in Chile.
Oh, in Chile.
There is crossing the mountains here in Argentina. We have Uruguay, Argentina, and Chile to the Pacific. And here the community are really growing up in the last 1 or 2 years. So they decide to make a conference, of course, with Argentinian people. They come also. Today was a conference, a presentation given by a guy from America, from the United States, that he comes here for your own and give a presentation too. And really, this is the second day, and was really amazing. I mean, the quality of the presentation, the people, both days, like 300 persons arrived, so really impressive.
Nice. Did you give a presentation?
Yeah, I closed the event yesterday, and we closed today. In around 20 minutes, we're gonna give the last presentation and close up the whole event. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna present the electric universe, in my opinion, of course. Mm-hmm. We talk about relativity density, so you can come here, and discuss with us.
All right.
But no, it will be really, really nice here, man. I hope you someday one of you can join to the conference that we are giving here in the South America.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Did the guy that did the English, he gave his presentation in English?
But it's the name is Kevin. I can't remember the surname, but he's from United States. He's not from England. He's from United States. He has a YouTube channel also. He make he's more the guys like a lot to film and make observations from the star trails, the constellation, that kind of stuff. He's not maybe the kind of researcher that maybe you are or myself, that make historic events or analyze a lot of range of topics. He's more in terms of observation, but it was nice to share with the Spanish people, a guy from United States, and that kind of experience was really, really nice. I'm here with Linda also.
Hello, Linda. We miss you. There's Linda.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
I can't hear you.
No. How are you? She's fine.
Good.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
she's fine.
She seems fine. So, is she coming to?
So right now
is she going to be in Amsterdam or no?
Yes, I hope I can make it really, because
is it getting tight?
I am not still buying my flight ticket for economic problems here in Argentina, but I'm gonna be. I believe I'm gonna do it, and of course, if I go there, she's gonna come with me.
Oh, cool.
But I really hope that I can make it.
But for sure, Dallas.
No, Dallas. I have talked with. Let me just show a little bit of.
Yeah, show us.
Right now, the guy that it's talking, it's an engineering, and he's speaking about how the missile range, he works with missiles, and he's talking about how the missile range are not, taking into consideration the curvature of the earth and how they shoot missiles. I know that everybody, from the interviews with Mark Sargent, with military guys, they know that, of course, but this guy is the equivalent here in terms of a Spanish community. He is a guy that worked with that and is giving a presentation about that topic.
Wow.
So from Dallas, yes, I talked with Robbie last week, and for now we are okay. So that is my goal for this year. Amsterdam, I hope I can do it, but Dallas, I don't want to miss Dallas.
Good. It'd be good to see you again.
Yeah, man. I not just it. I really like the atmosphere, the people. It's like I want to be there again and make some hugs. I believe that is the word, with so many people that I met always. So I want to meet again, and it's like a big family for me. So I hope that I can be there.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely a good time, and it was a good time driving with you guys all the way back from Denver all the way to LA.
Well, you're gonna go in car or with
no?
train?
This time I'm flying.
This time it's flying. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna lose that that kind of adventure.
Yeah. Are you flying into LA, or what are you doing?
I am going to fly to LA, and because it's the most cheap route for me, and then take a flight to Dallas.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like 30-40% less than if I want to fly directly to Argentina to Dallas.
Right.
You are alone in the show today?
Yeah, Bob had something to do. He went to watch Chris Van Maitre, I think, race cars or something. I don't know, something like that. So, but
okay, perfect. So you gotta get used to the to be alone, man.
Yeah, I don't mind being alone. We did a tour-a-thon yesterday, so I was on with Bob yesterday. And you're going to be on the show next week when Globebusters comes back, right?
Next week it's gonna be Blockbuster.
Right.
Okay. We return
We do. We finally
with the
returned.
new what is the name for
Season?
team member? Maybe.
Oh, yeah. No, we have Taboo Conspiracy. Ben's going to be joining us. We have some new Globebusters.
Yes.
Shake
that
it up
will
a
be
little.
Fine, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meet him in the first conference in Denver, and well, I really follow his work because it's really a nice work that he did. He does.
My show today is called It's DeepFake because I was talking about some of those DeepFake videos. Have you seen any of the DeepFake videos where they can change people's faces? I don't know if you've seen
Yes,
it.
I see that kind of technology.
Yeah.
I don't know if with that name, but it's really scary right now. The AI is going crazy.
Yeah, it's going crazy. I was saying the same thing. I'm not sure we can even believe anything that's video or photographic anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That is why maybe sometimes we trying to alert the people that it's gonna be really near in the future that you are not going to distinguish a real image from a fake.
Right.
That is happening now because the visual effects are going really crazy.
Right.
And in real time, and that kind of technology, of course, that is maybe one of the I wonder how that they gonna fake, for example, Mars.
Right. I was saying the
Because
same thing.
They are promoting so much Mars that they're gonna to do something with that.
Right. Or even the moon.
Or even the moon, exactly. It's really interesting when you start to see how supposedly equal is Antarctica.
Right.
Antarctic to the Mars surface.
Right.
So they could build a huge stage down there, and you are not going to distinguish.
No. No, not at all. What are some of the other presentations that were given? Any other experts like that guy?
Yeah, it was, here in Chile, there are also a big community in terms of unplugged from the grid, people that lives in like in airships and grow their own food and make their own electricity, things like that.
Right.
So it not was only about flat Earth, but also trying to expand the message of that. The idea is to not make a fight with the system, but just leave it. Try to leave the system as soon as possible. So there was a lot of that kind of talks, and then it was an architect that gave a presentation. His name is Guillermo Good. He is from here, from Chile. He was in some TV shows presenting the flat Earth. Of course, he was ridiculized and the kind of stuff.
Right.
We suffer all the time.
Of course.
But here the people here are really respectable, and about from 300 people, and around 20% are not flat earthers, are just curious people that come here to see what is it all about. No media press here. The journalists or TV show, thing like that, they don't come to even take a picture, or they don't want to promote nothing, because right now in Chile there is an astrophysics guy, it's like the equivalent of the Grace Tyson, that are all the time giving tours here in Chile, talking about how we could live in Mars and make Mars habitable. I don't know which is the name, but so the government pay a lot of money to people to promote this kind of Mars faking lifestyle, and they don't want to the flat Earth expand.
Right. I hear some kids there too, huh?
I assume that you are listening a lot of noise right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let me just
Your
go a
camera went
little
off
bit.
too a while ago. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Hello.
Hello?
Señal.
I'm losing you.
You still hear me?
I hear you barely.
Okay, no, but where? No, I trying to find more less noisy place, but I don't know if it's Wi-Fi
It's okay.
zone there. So
Well, I appreciate
this
you
is
coming.
the best I can do.
No, it's no problem. I appreciate you coming on. I didn't know if you were going to. I kind of told people we were supposed to have you, but we weren't. But then we did. So you saved us a little bit.
Yeah, I at least this time I could, I mean, just share with the people that we are giving presentations down here, quote unquote, right?
Right.
But it's just for sharing the opportunity to the people out there knows that this movement or whatever you want to call it is really growing, and of
Right.
course the kind of people that arrive to this conference is in every place that I was is the same. There are family guys, there are people, workers, professionals, very respectable people. They don't want to, disturb or making PayPal's account to be closed, things like that. So it's really nice. It's really nice.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in. We'll get to talk to you next week, yeah?
Okay, man. Okay, perfect. And thank you for presenting me live, and say hello everyone there in the chat.
We'll do. And tell Linda hello.
See you the next week.
All right, later. All right, that was Iru Landucci, live from Chile. Oh, the magic of the internet. All right, so that was about it. It's 88 degrees here, which is like heaven. It's like, yes, it's not 105. It's like 105, 106 these last few days. Unbearable. Couldn't even get out of the house. It's, where I live, it's like 100 degrees even at 8, 9 o'clock at night. So it's really miserable. But we're going to go out. We're going to do some bike riding today. That's fun. Just enjoy the day. Enjoy the sun. And so, what a guy. Iru is cool. I agree. Iru is awesome. If you don't like Iru, sometimes you just got to be with somebody a bunch of times. Now that I've seen him at both conferences, and then as many people know, he drove with me from Denver to LA, which is quite a little drive. We stopped in Vegas, played the synchronicity game as we walked around Vegas. Stephen Hawking, just asked if I've spoken to John. I haven't spoken to him in a while, no. Hopefully he's doing okay. But no, I haven't spoke to him in a while. Where in Chile is the conference? Anya, I wish I would have. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to ask him. I don't know who these people are. Luckily, their messages are being blocked. But anyway, it's awesome to have Eero on, and it'll be great to have Globebusters back. So definitely tune in August 25th. And he learned English real fast. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm impressed with anybody who speaks 2 languages because I don't speak one. So, but yeah, sunshine sounds nice. Yes, thank you, Julie. It should be fun. We have some mountain bikes, and we usually just ride around in the morning on the streets. We don't get up to bike trails ever. So we wanted to do that, and it just kept being too hot. But today seems like it's probably okay. Stephen Hawking says check his YouTube videos. We'll do. Hopefully you don't mean the real Stephen Hawking. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with... Yeah, I'll probably end the stream just because I see now we're getting bombarded in the chat. I can't even read it anymore. There's somebody who thinks it's cool to come in and, spam the chat with their troll-like behavior. Nonsense. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Again, just one final time. The links to the... Because I did kind of go into their 24-hour tour-a-thon, but all the links will be... Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. All the links are in here. Global Euro Tour, 14,278 miles, 39 countries, 64 destinations. And donate. Kick them a little bit if you can. It's going to cost some money. Basically, they're making this van. They're going to color it in yellow and black, and then this is what's going to be on the top. And then they're going to put a bunch of logos of different channels. And thanks to everybody yesterday, we were able to donate $419 on to Jason and those guys doing the Global Tour. So they'll be able to put a jeranism logo. So the logo will be on there. How big it will be, I don't know. It sounds like Globebusters and Paul on the Plane are going to have a little competition back and forth to see who gets the biggest logo. But I'll take even this little logo here. Be happy with that. Drive around through. They're going to be seen by 1 million people. It's going to be awesome. Paul on the Plane at 675. Let's see if he's increased it on up. Still 675, but still great. So, again, thank you guys so much for joining me for short. Well, it was supposed to be short. It went on about 2 hours. But join us next week, August 25th. On the Globebusters channel at 12 noon Pacific. We'll be back, and as always, keep an eye on my channel for more things to come, and we'll get back to making some videos here soon. I've had to kind of take care of some issues and get some bank stuff lined up and sell some books and get back ready to move forward after the latest PayPal banning. What's next? Who knows? But this video was called, as we know, Jeranism Sunday Live. It's DeepFake. And I wish that, I'll probably just move my show to a different day because it's nice to have a day and a time people can expect. That's why I like Monday Night Raw. That's why I like Globebusters. But now with Globebusters coming back, taking that 12 p.m. Pacific time slot on Sundays, I'll move to a different day. I don't know what's best. On Saturdays, I usually still try and attend auctions where I can find some deals on books and antiques and make some money that way. So Saturdays are usually tough for me. Didn't go to any yesterday, so I was able to do the tour-a-thon, but it probably won't be on Saturday. Obviously not Sunday. Obviously not Monday. So one of those other days, we'll come up with something so that we can talk a little bit more often and keep truth alive despite all the deep fakes that keep coming more and more and more. Alrighty, so that is it. I remind you guys, as always, to support me if you can. Go to patreon.com/jeranism. That's a great way to do it. Or Venmo, if you like Venmo, at Jeranism. That's also an easy way to do it. Or if you want to mail me, P.O. Box 3044, Merced, California 95344. I remind you to do your own research because when you do, you'll never again believe what you've been taught. Till next time, guys, this has been Jeranism. Peace. Had to turn that off and just say thank you, Logos Bear, for the $5 super chat. Just saw that and missed it earlier. So, thank you very much. And Eric, just making sure I got all the super chats. Didn't want to miss anybody. That's all of them. Thank you so much, guys. Back to the exit music.